My stepsister pushed me into a fireplace.
My mother was gone, and my social climbing father had remarried a... She's disgusting!
Mario! Take her to her room immediately.
Mario, our servant, and my only true friend.
No one will ever see her again. It will be as if Alessandra never existed.
I was hidden away while the entire town called me a monster. Even the maid made me feel like a freak show.
I was given a mask and shunned from society, but no one was crueler than my stepsister, Kate.
To survive this hell, I need to escape, or I will surely die here.
Could this brooding sociopath be my way out?
Is he here? Is the Duke here?
He is, sir. He just arrived outside by horse.
Why didn't anyone tell? Never mind. Go tell Kate to get ready.
I'm ready! Don't I look ravishing?
Beautiful as always, my dear. More champagne now.
She's locked away, right?
Yes, Kate. Alessandra is in her room.
Good. Okay. We can't scare him off.
As the story went, anyone who saw Alessandra's face would be cursed forever. Alessandra never left her room. Her meals were brought every day at the same time, and honestly, she had lost the will to live.
It's now or never, Alessandra.
Well, where is he? Which one is the Duke?
You'll know. He's dashing. And my Charlotte is a very talented violinist, my lord. Surely you'd like to hear her play.
Madam, let's stop dancing around the subject, shall we, Sugar Plum? Your daughter is very... even. I have no interest in marrying her or acquiring you as a mother-in-law. Are we clear?
Enjoying the party, my lord.
Quite the opposite. What is the meaning of this, Baron?
I came because you said you had information on those missing girls from Hampton Township.
Out with it.
Wouldn't you prefer another drink first?
I don't want another drink! Did you call me here only to parade me and my giant fortune around?
Hoist your own daughter on me.
No. I mean, yes. No. I will get you the information, I promise.
Get it. Now, then let me make one thing abundantly clear. I do not want a wife.
The king may be spreading that vile rumor around, but he's wrong.
Dead wrong. Understood?
Yes, my lord.
Good.
And? How is the Duke?
Not well. It doesn't seem that he is at all interested in any woman or any marriage. It is as if he hates love.
What? Well, then convince him. Are you seriously this useless?
Might I remind you that we need him to marry Kate, or we are royally...
He is out in the gardens. Maybe the fresh air will help him come around.
What did I say?
Apologies, my lord. I was just getting some air.
It's you. The Baron's cursed daughter. I thought you were dead, honestly.
I wish I was, honestly.
Are you really getting air, or are you seizing your opportunity to run?
Could you blame me for the latter?
No. Your father's insufferable. This whole town is. And to top it off, the king has decided to spread this nasty rumor I'm looking for a bride. What no woman seems to understand is that marrying me means marrying into a loveless existence.
That must be frustrating. Have no control over your own life?
You have no idea.
I believe I do.
It was then that Alessandra saw her opportunity for a new life.
Is it true what they say, that you're not looking for a wife or marriage?
Oh, God, not you two.
No, wait. Let me finish. You're not interested in romance. I would never expect anyone to love me. This could be mutually beneficial. A contract marriage of sorts. Marry me and get the king off your back.
I could find any to play the role of my wife.
Then you would have done so. And if the king is toying with you, marrying me would drive him crazy. Why would you marry the master? Yeah.
They're wrong what they say about you. You know, you're not timid at all. You're cunning. A survivor. What's in it for you?
I get to leave this place.
Where is the Duke? Speak!
I saw him head to the gardens, miss.
My father has no idea I'm here. I haven't left my room in 10 years. Don't you see, my lord? I need to leave this place. To escape. If I don't, I will lose any shred of sanity I have left. I am dying in these walls, day by day, piece by piece. I thought you, of all people, would understand. Please. After all, anyone who looks on my face is cursed. Don't you know?
Lucky for me, I'm already cursed.
But I'm a monster.
So am I.
And in that moment, the two misfits of the town found in the other their own salvation.
We're gonna do this, I need to see your face.
No, it's Kane. I have to go.
Wait, why? Why are you so scared of her? Wait! Come to my estate tomorrow if you're serious about this.
Duke! Duke, is that you?
Kate, is it?
I see my reputation has preceded me. You know, I was looking to get some alone time with you, Edgar.
And why in God's name would you want that?
We get to know each other, of course, silly.
I'm afraid I was led here under false pretense. Your father has information that I want, that's why I came, nothing more.
But the king said you wanted to marry.
Yes. But you can save your breath, you blonde demon. I've already had a better offer.
Well, Alessandra, sounds like we have another lesson in humility coming. And this time I'll make it unforgettable.
Kate was so tired of being second best to perfect Alessandra After all, Alessandra was the beautiful daughter of Baron Desmond Barrett, which made her accident all the more devastating.
How could this be? What happened? What did you see?
I don't know, stepfather!
It couldn't possibly be our Kate's fault. Your Alessandra is absurdly clumsy after all.
Katrina, please!
Oh my god, she's a monster! No one can know about this.
Yes, dear. You're right. No one will ever see her again.
Yes, stepfather. Good idea.
Kate, how did it go with the Duke?
Oh, just swimmingly. Can't you tell? I don't understand. Every man in this township would love to be with me. Why not him?
What the devil is going on in here?
Alessandra couldn't sleep. It seemed the Duke was considering her offer. Why else would he ask her to come to his estate?
We have to be cautious moving forward. The Duke is not a man to be trifled with. He can be very dangerous.
Then why do you want me to marry him?
Because we're broke, poor. We need the Duke's money or we will be thrown out onto the street.
This is true. We have to convince him to marry into our family. We have to convince him to marry you.
Well, he told me he already has a better offer.
What? Who could have convinced him to marry them?
I have a good guess.
Alessandra was panicked. She had stolen her sister's opportunity with the Duke. And, more terrifyingly, what would Kate do to Alessandra now?
Hello, dear sister.
Kate, what are you...
Just checking on you, Lamb. Such a shame you had to miss the party. I thought I'd bring you some cake.
Thank you.
Of course. The party was fabulous. Although, let's be honest, we'd have no more guests if they saw you, right? Sister, I feel just wretched over what I did all those years ago.
Let's not...
Shh. Let me finish. But Alessandra, didn't I make myself clear that I don't like to be outshined?
Talked about you!
The Duke denied my advances. He said he had a better offer.
I didn't offer anything come for me! Please, sister, I swear to God, I wouldn't lie to you! Please.
Would Kate believe her? Alessandra's heart was pounding out of her chest.
I'll spare your hand this one time. But sister, let me make myself clear. I will marry the Duke, even if it kills me. Or better yet, kills you. And to clean up this mess, you're getting blood everywhere.
Kate forced Alessandra to stay silent. And now that she knew what Kate was capable of, Alessandra obeyed. Alessandra needed a way to get past her father and sister.
I need to get out of here.
And only one person could help her.
Ellie, is that you?
Mario.
I'm sorry I haven't visited you. Your father forbids it.
I don't have much time. I need your help, please.
What do you need?
I need you to convince the coachman to take me to Duke Edgar Cullen's mansion in secret.
The Duke? Sorry, but why on earth would you want to go see Duke Edgar?
Because I'm going to die here. Either of insanity or at my sister's hand if I don't leave.
I don't know, Ellie. I know this place is terrible, for you and for me, but I'm wary of that man. I've heard the rumors.
What rumors? So he attacks those who are already evil?
So they say.
I like him already.
Ellie, I wouldn't want you to pin your future on someone with such a rumored past.
And what rumors have you heard about me, Mario?
That you're a demon, of course. A ghoul who curses all who lays eyes upon him.
So you do know better than to listen to idle gossip.
Fine. I'll arrange it. We'll make sure your father does not know about this little visit. But please, take this and be careful. I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to you.
Alessandra wondered, would she really have to use this? And on whom?
Good morning, young master.
Alfred.
Your breakfast, sir. Are we expecting guests, sir? Shall I prepare the lounge?
I'm not sure yet. She's a tricky woman, this one.
You're expecting a woman this early in the morning?
Yes, is that so strange?
Yes. You only ever entertain women long after the sun has set, and then send them away before it rises the following morning.
Yes, well, this one is different.
Ah, interesting.
Alfred, this woman, she intrigues me. I never wanted a wife, but if the Lady Alessandra can help keep the king out of my affairs.
Alessandra? As in Alessandra Barrett?
What's your point?
Isn't she cursed?
Perhaps finally someone who can keep up with me.
Welcome, Miss Barrett. We've been expecting you.
This is impressive.
Yes, it is.
You said Edgar, the Duke, is expecting me?
Yes. He's just polishing his sword. Come this way.
Something to drink?
It's a bit early.
I find that the brandy helps quiet the demons. Their relentless nagging is loudest in the morning. Does your father know you're here?
No. I told you, I'm not working for my father.
You'd think that a father would be proud to have such a self-reliant daughter. What, does he hate you or something?
Mario! Take her to her room immediately!
I think he's ashamed of me.
And that's the problem with high society. Vipers. All of them. Who did that to your face?
It was a long time ago.
You really never take that mask off. I really, really wanted you to.
Never.
I find that I can be very persuasive.
I find that I can be very steadfast.
So, regarding your proposal, I do have a few questions. Namely, why would somebody who's spent their entire life in the shadows suddenly want to become the center of attention as the Duke's wife?
I didn't want to be in the shadows. I needed to be. To survive. And Duke Collins, I never planned on asking you to marry me. But you fit all the criteria.
All the criteria, huh? Tell me, Alessandra, what stories have you heard about me?
As you could imagine, Duke Collins.
Edgar, please.
Edgar? A woman in my position gives little credence to rumors.
Yes, but you must be wondering, is he as terrible as they say? They say I've killed 24 men. That I keep women in my basement for my amusement. That I'm the son of Satan himself.
You just like to frighten me.
And are you frightened, Alessandra? I do not fear you. What happened to your hand?
Why do you care?
I don't take well to those who mess with my people. So let's get some things straight. A contract marriage. I help you escape, you help keep the king off my ass about finding a bride. Let's get one thing very clear. You cannot fall in love with me.
I think I'll manage. You're not my type anyways.
Good. And I think it's best if we keep this agreement as a secret between us. Terms now and until forever.
Forever? Surely you jest.
We have a deal.
Alessandra couldn't believe she was actually considering this.
We do.
Good. And I guess we should discuss the matter of children. Suppose I do need to create an heir with name and all.
With me?
You're being dense and it's annoying. Yes, of course with you.
But any child of mine would deal with a lifetime of rumors about me. Wouldn't that pain you?
Well, I find that people struggle to gossip once I've their tongue.
You would someone's tongue for talking about me?
I suppose you're all right with all that creating an heir entails.
Yes.
Good. I'll go first then.
Her opportunity to escape her terrible family was here. There was no going back now. But at what cost? What if the Duke was even worse than her evil stepsister?
Oh, come on, Alessandra. Where's that brave girl who wanted to escape her evil family? Don't you want to know if the rumors about me are true? It's a sign. Then you'll find out.
Forever? Alessandra muttered in disbelief. Forever was a long time. Was she wrong to believe he would only want to do this for maybe a year or two? Wasn't that what the people in the books she read did?
Yes, forever. Do you plan to break your wedding vows? Till death do us part.
Edgar grinned, enjoying the look of horror on her face. He only planned to get married once, which was why it had to be with someone he could tolerate. At some point, you will need an heir, she said. Did he expect that to happen with her?
Of course. My wife shall be the mother of my child, but no need to worry. I am not in the mood to have a child running around my home anytime soon.
Honestly, Edgar had a dislike for children. You wouldn't mind me having your child? Alessandra didn't know how she fell into this hole of confusion, but she would really enjoy Edgar's help to pull her out of it quickly.
You're starting to annoy me by not understanding what is simple, Alessandra. But I guess it would be a shock for you. Yes, I wouldn't mind you having my child one day, Alessandra. If I did mind, we wouldn't be here discussing marriage. If this is too much for you, we can still ignore all of this.
I'm worried what a child of mine would have to go through in this world. Others might attach the rumors about me to the child. Alessandra pictured it in her mind. She wouldn't want anyone to experience being outcasted.
Alessandra, you are not aware of the weight my last name carries. Once you become my wife, those rumors would fade away, and no one shall dare talk about you or a child in the future.
Edgar had his ways of making people shut up. If you rip out their tongue, you would find it hard to understand a word they say. Eventually, they would shut up. Alessandra did not need to ask Edgar how he could guarantee that would happen. There was obviously some truth to how dangerous he was. She had a feeling he was being considerably nice to her right now with the way he spoke. We can carry on with the contract, Duke Edgar. She started to sign her name. Giving him an heir would not be a problem if she could shield the child.
Edgar,
he reminded her once again. Sorry, Edgar.
I predict it shall take you a while to start calling me by only my first name. I will come to visit your father tomorrow to ask for your hand in marriage. It is to make sure you do not have any more accidents where you hurt your hand.
Edgar slid the paper from her side while she hid her hands.
Would you like to live with me until it is time for the wedding? It is not uncommon, though some people might think you're pregnant.
Absolutely not, Alessandra exclaimed, as she did not want another rumor. The list of rumors about me is good enough. I do not need to add on pregnancy so early. Edgar scoffed, feeling a sense of déjà vu with her response.
Anyone who would believe I have gotten you pregnant before marriage would be an idiot anyway. Then again, there are rumors that I sneak women into this house at night.
Do you? Alessandra didn't find that hard to believe, but she wanted the answer from his mouth since she rarely believed rumors unless the person confirmed it. Edgar pretended to be offended, to mess with Alessandra. His eyes went wide. He gasped and placed his hand on his chest.
I would never.
Alessandra felt bad for even questioning it. I'm sorry.
But there was some truth to the rumor. I didn't sneak the women in here. They jumped over the gates and my guards caught them. One person who heard about it passed it on to another until the story changed completely. Rumors are such messy things when they are about me. There are some moments when they help me catch criminals.
Right. He has been assigned to investigate cases under the king's orders, Alessandra said to herself.
I shall hide the contract somewhere safe for no one to find. Now that the contract is over, have you eaten? Alfred can bring you breakfast, or have mine. I am not ready to eat with the work I have to do. I would have been done already if not for your father and his lie.
The Baron's party cut into his work time. The information he got from the Baron was not useful in any shape or form. It was something Edgar already knew about the missing girls. I'm sorry. My father used your name to gain a few more guests, and Kate fancies you, which was why my father felt pressured to have you there. Alessandra apologized, even though she had nothing to do with it. She cared for her father and did not wish to see his reputation falter. He loved it more than anything. After her mother ran away, it was the only thing he seemed to love until he met Katrina.
Your father, stepmother, and sister shall not gain entry to my home after we are married. I am sure by now you know the type of people they are, and if you found them to be tolerable, you wouldn't be looking to marry a stranger to get away from them, said Edgar. I don't mind. Alessandra didn't want to see her family too much starting now. I must leave now, Duke Edgar. I told my father I wanted a view of the town for me to paint, and if I do not return on time, he will be angry. I look forward to being married to you. I hope my life becomes a bit more interesting with you around, Alessandra. Come, I will walk you out.
Edgar stood up from his seat. You have a beautiful home. I am jealous of your paintings.
Do you enjoy painting?
It was the second time he heard her mention painting. He did not necessarily care about the art. He only brought it because of his mother badgering him to add more to his home. I do. It is relaxing and a fun way to pass time. It takes a bit of practice, but nothing will compare to the feeling when you finally nail the look you've been going for. Alessandra was so focused on talking about paintings, she did not realize she was still holding onto Edgar's hand. Edgar did not mind it, as he liked listening to her speak so fondly about her hobby.
Then I shall buy a couple of your works.
What? Why? Alessandra choked up. She had never let anyone see her work for them to be able to buy any of them. I am not a professional.
I should at least buy it from someone I know. I have no idea who the people are that made the art in my home. Pick out the best ones you have to be placed around my home. I shall let Alfred take down some of the ones I have placed up.
Are you crazy? Alessandra asked without thinking. Why on earth would he waste money on her paintings and take down the beautiful ones he had up?
No. My doctor said I am not crazy as long as I don't... Never mind. This shall be your home too. So you're free to decorate it as you see fit as the lady of this house. You should add pieces of what you like to make yourself at home, and I shall pay for it.
That makes sense, Alessandra muttered, now understanding what he was doing.
Shall I prepare an engagement ring for you, or is there no need for it?
Alfred appeared beside Edgar at the front door. He stood with his hands behind his back, watching Alessandra leave in her carriage.
Prepare the ring for tomorrow morning. We will be visiting the Barretts.
Edgar left the doorway once the carriage was almost out of his property.
Make sure no one speaks of seeing her here before then. Of course.
Alfred closed the door behind Edgar.
Should I also be the one to prepare the gifts for her family? Cigars from my collection for the father, some kind of jewelry for the mother and daughter, and paint for Alessandra. Lots of it. I need some of the paintings taken down as I will be buying new ones from Alessandra to be placed. Also take away some of the things in my chamber for her to have. You'll be sharing a room,
Alfred exclaimed. Edgar paused to look behind him at Alfred.
Why is that so shocking? She will be my wife, Alfred. Aren't you the one who taught me to follow tradition? Young master, nowhere in the tradition I have mentioned includes this type of situation. Did the young lady agree to sleep with you? I hope you mentioned that to her first. No, I mentioned that last, along with her being the mother of my children.
Edgar continued, walking back to the study.
Children?
Alfred gripped his chest, unable to handle the information.
You're being dramatic again, Alfred.
Edgar refused to turn around to check on Alfred.
I have work to do. If anyone else shows up, turn them away. Don't ask me any more questions, or you will eventually add too much stress to your heart and die. Do you wish to die, Alfred? No, young master. I wish to see these children you speak of. I will get to it right away. Good. We're about to have some fun, Alfred,
said Edgar. Meanwhile, Alessandra nervously sat in her carriage on the way back home. The situation dawned on her once she was away from Edgar and able to breathe normally. She pinched herself to be sure she wasn't still dreaming and had not woken up for the day. I'm going to marry Duke Collins, she said in disbelief. Who would have thought her asking him in the spur of the moment would lead to this? Who would have thought he would go along with it? I'm almost out of there. Today would be her last day dealing with her family. After Edgar arrived tomorrow, neither Kate nor Katrina would be able to interfere with her. They could get upset with her for being the one engaged to Edgar and not Kate, but they couldn't lay a finger on her. She would be Edgar's woman, and he was a man to never offend. I wonder what Father would say. Will he finally show more interest in me? Alessandra leaned her head against the wall as she thought about tomorrow. He might try to convince the Duke to marry Kate instead. Oh, tomorrow will be a chaotic day. She closed her eyes, enjoying the peace while it lasted. As the carriage returned home, Alessandra wasn't surprised to see a figure standing with his arms folded by the door. Her father knew his wife wouldn't be pleased about her leaving home, and Alessandra had made sure to leave before Katrina could stop her. First Kate, and now it was Katrina's turn. When the carriage stopped, Alessandra opened her door herself, since everyone was afraid to get too close to her. She kept her head down to avoid looking at Katrina as she walked to the entrance of their home. "Good morning, Katrina," she greeted the woman as she neared her. Katrina, on the other hand, did not return the greeting. "Your father must have lost his mind to allow you to leave home. Do the two of you wish to sully this house even more? What would others say if they were to learn that you were riding around amongst them?" I did not leave the carriage, Mother." "Do not call me that. How many times must I tell you that I am not your mother? Your own mother ran away and left you here to be raised by your father. I am not going to do her job for her. Neither you nor your father seems to realize what I have to put up with a person like you. I made it clear you should not be seen." Katrina was furious to learn Desmond allowed Alessandra to leave without consulting her. "Do you not understand the trouble you cause for us, Alessandra? Our reputation almost hit rock bottom because of that incident. Never ask to leave this place again, or I will see to it that you may never leave your bedroom. Just the sight of you infuriates me. Why on earth couldn't you have followed your mother?" I'm sorry," Alessandra apologized with her head still low. "Get back to your room. Your presence drains my mood, and I am tired of seeing those masks. I cannot wait for the day you shall no longer be here. I hope you enjoyed your day out, since it will never happen again." "Ridiculous," Katrina muttered, turning her back on Alessandra to leave. Alessandra touched her mask, making sure it was still in place. "She speaks as if they weren't a part of why I wear it." One of the things Alessandra hated was how she had to act timid around her family. She found it best to pretend to be that way and take their scolding, but having to be that way was irritating. The second thing she hated was Katrina's need to constantly bring up her mother who ran away from her marriage. Katrina was speaking based on what her husband wanted her to hear, and not the entire truth. "It'll all be over soon," Alessandra said to cheer herself up. It was unfortunate the day might go by slowly now that she really wanted tomorrow to come quickly. A lot could happen before it was time for Edgar to visit her home. "Stay out of sight." It was the best thing to do in order to avoid more accidents happening. Edgar might have already picked up someone who had hurt her hand, but Alessandra did not want to involve him in her family affairs and drama. She was well aware he could punish Kate for her, but she did not wish for that to happen. Alessandra wanted to give her family the life they dreamed about, a life without her in it. Involving Edgar in it would only cause too many problems. It was best to cut ties with her family peacefully, as she did not hold a grudge for the way she'd been treated. Alessandra hurried back to her room to avoid running back into Katrina or meeting Kate again. However, upon reaching her door, she was puzzled to find it slightly ajar, as if someone had been inside of it after she left. It could have been Katrina confirming that her father allowed her to leave. That was what Alessandra hoped, but her anxiety increased seeing Kate standing by her window. "Kate," she called out to her sister. "Oh, you're back already? In time to witness the fun. My mother said we were not allowed to have pets. Imagine my surprise when I saw this little creature in here." Kate held up the kitten Alessandra had been feeding. She was holding it outside the window, prepared to drop it right before Alessandra arrived. "Kate, I will take care of it. Please do not harm an innocent creature." Alessandra took careful steps forward, wishing to take the kitten before Kate could do the unthinkable. "You irritate me, Alessandra. Father was mad at me for what happened this morning and for not being able to talk to the Duke last night. It's all your fault, Alessandra. Remember that." Kate threw the kitten out the window against a nearby tree and peered down to see it fall. Initially, Kate had only meant to drop the kitten outside the window for it to wander away. But seeing Alessandra back from her trip made her furious. If she could, she would have taken it somewhere higher to drop it. I never told you to... Hey! Kate yelled when Alessandra ran out of the room instead of listening to her. Please be all right. Alessandra chanted in her head over and over as she ran outside to check on the kitten. Hold on till tomorrow, little one. He will come for us.
Katrina, hasn't this punishment gone on long enough? She has not been given any food since yesterday morning. The point was to make her comfortable, to never want to venture out of her bedroom, not make her want to retaliate, said Desmond. He was sitting at the head of the table the next day after Alessandra was punished by his wife. He was certain the little freedom he gave Alessandra to ride around yesterday would have been enough to satisfy her curiosity about seeing the outside world. Now, Katrina made his plan backfire. She was disrespectful. Therefore, she needed to be punished. You know how much I hate pets. Kate has been begging to get a small dog like the rest of her friends, but I have repeatedly told her no. It wouldn't be fair for Alessandra to have one and not Kate, Katrina replied. I agree with Mother. If Alessandra gets to keep the cat, then I shall have a dog, Father. Pretty please, Kate started to beg. All her friends had the same small, fluffy dog, and she was the only one without. It was embarrassing. She should have whatever they have. Not a chance, Kate. I am going to get rid of that animal. Alessandra will have food when she is ready to apologize for her behavior. Katrina looked at her husband. She was putting her foot down this time and doing as she pleased with Alessandra. I don't disagree with you getting rid of the animal, but I wanted Alessandra to be satisfied enough with being outside to stay in her room. Had you sent the food to her room the night of the party, she wouldn't have met with the Duke. Desmond sighed, rubbing his temple. He heard nothing from Duke Edgar regarding Alessandra, which was a good thing. However, he was nervous about the information he gave to the Duke. Was it worth something? It's not fair. Alessandra got to speak with the Duke. Well, I hardly spoke to him. I got dressed up for him and it went to waste. He's so hard to please, Kate grumbled, stuffing her face with a biscuit. Kate, do not eat so quickly as you'll choke. And lay off the flour. We do not need you gaining too much weight. It is up to you to find a good husband to restore our finances. There will still be a chance for you to capture the Duke's attention. Who else can rival you? Katrina thought highly of her daughter's looks and was confident enough that there would be no one else for the Duke to marry but Kate. It would have to be the princess wishing to marry the Duke, but even then, Katrina would still view Kate as the better choice. The ball is in a few days, and the Duke will be in attendance like every year. Your father has already received his invitation, and I have a dress picked out for you. You have to practice your etiquette again and make sure you leave an impression on him. If not, you'll have to marry one of the other offers you got, said Katrina. None of them are better than the Duke. I would be a duchess when I marry the Duke. Can you imagine it, Mother? Kate smiled, picturing herself in that position. She knew she was destined for great things that would happen after becoming a duchess. Katrina smiled along with Kate, enjoying how determined her daughter was. She knew Kate would never fail her. If Kate married the Duke, her status would elevate past being the wife of a baron. She would be the mother of a duchess. Prepare well, Kate. I will. You better, Desmond warned his youngest. They were putting a lot of money into dressing Kate for the Duke. Katrina assured them they would get the money back when the Duke offered them gifts for their daughter. Baron? A maid approached the table with her head low. What on earth are you doing? It is a rule that our breakfast is not meant to be interrupted by anyone. Where is the butler? Katrina grilled the maid. She set rules for there to be order in the home, and lately, every rule was being broken. The butler went out to run an errand for me, Katrina. It must be something important for the maid to come here. What is it? Desmond placed his cup down and waited. Duke Edgar Collins is here to pay a visit to you, Baron. He is here with his butler. The Duke? Kate exclaimed, almost choking on a piece of bread. Mother? She looked to her right. I was not aware that he would be visiting. Desmond, did you know of this? Katrina looked at her husband. There was so much she would have done if she knew the Duke would be paying their house a visit. Desmond was just as surprised as everyone else to hear the Duke was here. Edgar did not leave the party looking too happy after he was given the information about the missing girls. Was Edgar here to kill him? Or maybe there was a chance he was here for Kate. What are you doing standing here? Send the Duke in right away, Desmond ordered the maid. It wasn't right to keep the Duke waiting for so long. Should I change quickly? Kate stood, unsure of what to do. She knew she looked good, but was this good enough to impress Edgar? Sit down. If you run away now and return, it'll be too obvious to Edgar you went and changed. You must not let him know you changed clothes just to impress him. Remember to do as you were taught, Katrina said as she fixed her appearance by looking at her reflection in a glass. Kate did the same to fix anything wrong with what she was wearing. She pushed the biscuits away, regretting how much she had been eating. He's here, she whispered as Edgar entered the room, followed by the man everyone knew to be his butler. There were boxes in the butler's hands, which made Kate wonder if the Duke had brought them gifts, and if so, what was the reason? Good morning, Duke Edgar. To what do I owe this lovely visit? Desmond stood up to greet Edgar. He extended out his hand to shake with Edgar, but it was left hanging in the air. Young master, Alfred took a step closer to Edgar. You are here to marry his daughter. Be nice, he whispered softly. On the inside, Edgar rolled his eyes, but on the outside, he gave the Baron a smile and shook his hand. I have something to discuss with you, Baron. Should we go to my study to talk? Desmond pointed in that direction. He was curious about what the butler told Edgar to make him shake his hand. No, it is something to discuss with your entire family. Looking at the table, Edgar didn't miss how the table was only set for 3 people, which meant Alessandra did not eat with her family. Entire family? Desmond looked back at Katrina. I see. Please have a seat. Would you like something to eat? No. Edgar held up his hand to stop the Baron. I have already eaten. Edgar sat down in an empty seat, purposely avoiding the looks Kate was giving him. Baron, you must be aware of the rumors that I am looking for a wife. After some time to think, I have made up my mind to marry your daughter, Alessandra. Edgar wanted to get this out of the way quickly to see what his future wife was doing. Alessandra! The Baron was certain he heard Edgar wrong, but thanks to the gasp from Katrina and the look of horror on Kate's face, he knew he heard it clearly. Duke Edgar, why would you want to marry Alessandra? There are many rumors around her that will affect your reputation. I am not the type to be concerned about my reputation. There are plenty of rumors surrounding me, so I hope you don't think of how they shall affect your reputation through me visiting, Edgar replied, flipping the Baron's words.
Edgar enjoyed the nervousness in the air as the Baron quickly tried to clear up what he meant.
You and my daughter are two different kinds of people. You are special, and your daughter is not.
Edgar glared at the trifling man. He had a low opinion of the Baron, and now that opinion was down below in the underworld. Desmond's palms started to sweat. He did not want to be viewed as a bad father.
That is not what I meant. Out of my two daughters, Kate would be the better choice. She is the talk of the town and has a long list of suitors, but she has been saving herself for a man like you. Then she shall be fine with my rejection. And I am not so certain about saving herself. The red light district is quite busy these days, said Edgar as he recalled what was mentioned at the Baron's party. What? Katrina looked at her daughter in confusion. Kate would never visit such a place, Duke Edgar. I agree with my husband that Alessandra is not suited for a man like you. Kate has been raised to be the perfect wife. The more all of you talk, I get the understanding that you have completely cast Alessandra aside. Is she not meant to get married? Should she stay with her father her entire life? I will say this only once. I am not interested in Kate. Edgar shot down the advances for the last time. I am here for Alessandra. Where is she? Duke Edgar, it is rude of you to keep asking about Alessandra when we have told you she is not a good choice for your wife. If this is some kind of a joke between you and my husband, it is not funny. Surely you have heard the rumors, Katrina said in a calm tone, but on the inside, she was fuming. Katrina didn't understand why Edgar would come asking for Alessandra. He could not have fallen for Alessandra after the small conversation they had. That was impossible. Who would love someone like Alessandra? I am well aware of all the rumors about your entire family. Is there some reason you are not bringing out Alessandra for her to speak with me? She will need to accept the proposal. Is something wrong with her? Edgar looked to Desmond for the answer. The three of them looked nervous each time he mentioned wanting to see Alessandra. Surely she wasn't dead before they officially got engaged. The thing is, Desmond trailed off, uncertain of how to go about the situation. Alessandra needs to be sheltered from the outside world. People who have run into her are never kind, which is why she stays here with me. She is comfortable here with her mask. Kate, on the other hand, take me to her. Baron, outside of me doing this because I want to marry her, there is something truly odd about the relationship you have with your daughter. If there is a single strand of hair out of place, I will see to it that you are punished. Are we clear? Yes, Duke Edgar. I will bring Alessandra to you. Desmond stood up, but Edgar shook his head. Take me to her. Edgar was smart enough to know if he allowed someone to bring Alessandra, they would just threaten her. He wanted to see firsthand what life was like for Alessandra. Outside of the rumors, what pushed her to suggest a contract marriage? Katrina clenched her fists under the table. There was nothing they could do when the Duke was so determined to see Alessandra. If they were to claim Alessandra was sick now, it would only make things suspicious, as if they had done something to her. My poor daughter. Katrina could only think of Kate. Her daughter sat silently, trying to figure out why she wasn't the one chosen. Katrina didn't want her to marry a man crazy enough to propose to Alessandra, but this was the Duke. How could they allow Alessandra to marry a man with such status while Kate was ignored? She had a feeling Alessandra left off way more than what she spoke about with the Duke. Alessandra is not suited for you, Kate spoke up. The shock was over, and now she was ready to fight for what belonged to her. Edgar smiled.
enjoying how much they were trying to push him away from picking Alessandra. I know better than anyone else who is suited for me, unless you are questioning my ability to think? Is there a reason I cannot see your daughter, Baron? Do I need to? No, I will take you to her right away. But Alessandra will give you the same answer, Duke. She doesn't like to be seen by others. I don't know what was discussed when you met her, but you might have gotten the wrong impression. Desmond was going to do whatever he could to switch the Duke's attention from Alessandra to Kate. Desmond always thought of the Duke to be strange, but not strange enough to want to marry Alessandra. He was sure once Edgar got a good look at Alessandra now, he would see Kate was a better choice. Baron, you talk too much, Edgar said as he stood up. The more the man talked, the more he was tempted to strangle him. But as Alfred said, he was here to ask for his daughter's hand in marriage, so he had to be nice. What? Desmond was taken aback by Edgar's words. He was merely trying to help him save his reputation. He was not convinced the Duke did not care about his reputation. Everyone did. I'm sorry. This way. He shut his mouth afterward. The Duke would change his mind anyway. Alfred, stay here, Edgar told his butler. Alfred would be his eyes and ears for whatever the two women said or did. Edgar quietly followed the Baron to Alessandra's bedroom. He wondered if she would be happy to see he had arrived early instead of delaying his arrival. Would she be happy to see the expressions on her family's faces? This is it. Alessandra! Desmond knocked on the door. He was hoping she would be sound asleep and would not be able to hear him. But to his surprise, she opened the door after the second knock. We have a guest. The moment Alessandra opened the door, Edgar's eyes went to one thing. It wasn't the blue mask she decided to wear today, but how red her eyes were. What happened? He asked. You see, I asked her, Baron. What happened, Alessandra? Edgar reached out his hand to rub below her right eye, which wasn't covered by the mask. Tell me quickly. Alessandra glanced at her father for a moment and saw how nervous he was. The Duke must have mentioned marriage already. My kitten was hurt yesterday and has passed away. I am on punishment, therefore I could not leave to bury it. Why are you here, Duke Edgar? She asked, feigning ignorance. I have come to ask for your hand in marriage, but your family seems to think it is a bad decision. What do you think, Alessandra? Will you say yes? I accept your proposal, Duke Edgar. Father, I would like to marry the Duke. Desmond was surprised to hear Alessandra accept Edgar's proposal, but he kept himself reserved. Alessandra, the Duke is not an ordinary man. You'll be in the spotlight after you marry him. Why don't you take some time to think about it, Desmond tried to usher her back into her bedroom, but Edgar placed his foot to block him from going near Alessandra. A small smile appeared on Alessandra's face upon hearing this. For the Duke to propose to anyone's daughter was a great honor, but as it was her and not Kate, her father was against it. Typical. I don't need time to think about it, Father. I wish to marry the Duke, Alessandra said, ignoring the look her father gave to her for not listening. She looked at the Duke instead. I would be honored to be your wife, Duke Edgar. Wonderful. I have prepared your family a couple of small gifts for this moment, Baron. My butler has the gifts if you wish to see them now. I would like to have a word with your daughter. Alone? Edgar added so the Baron would get the clear hint to leave. Gifts? Desmond's eyes lit up, hearing the one word. He heard nothing else Edgar said to him. He thought about the situation quickly now that there would be gifts involved. Edgar was a stubborn man, so pushing Kate when he clearly did not want anything to do with her wouldn't work, no matter how much they tried. Kate needed to seduce the man on her own. Alessandra was shy and needed guidance. Therefore, the Baron knew he could control and use her to get the Duke to help him out of the financial hole they fell in. Also, with Alessandra close to Edgar, Kate still had a chance to woo him before the wedding could happen. The big problem was Katrina. She might kill him if he allowed Alessandra to become Edgar's fiancée. He knew he had no choice but to keep pushing for Kate. I can make this work in my favor. Desmond mentally calculated all that he could gain from this. Baron. Edgar snapped his fingers in front of the Baron's face. They had been waiting a good minute or so, watching the Baron just stare at nothing. Duke Edgar, well, I am honored you have taken an interest in Alessandra. As her father, I know what is best for her, and I shall decline your proposal. Again, I suggest you consider my daughter Kate. Alessandra, would you be so kind to step into your room for a moment? Edgar said with a smile, but it was evident it didn't reach his eyes. Alessandra nodded, stepped back into the room, and closed the door. She jumped when there was a loud thud on the other side, like someone had run into her door. She didn't flinch the second time she heard the noise again. Is this the Duke's way of convincing someone? She asked herself. Her poor father must be trembling in fear. Why did she have to miss that sight? Alessandra, her father called, followed by a knock after. That fast, she muttered, opening the door to hear her father's decision. Alessandra watched Edgar fix the cuffs of his shirt, while her father looked distraught. He was here to ask for her hand in marriage, not cause a funeral. After some time to think, it would be wonderful if you could get married to Edgar. He wishes to speak with you, so I shall leave. Desmond ran off the first chance he got. His back was aching, thanks to Edgar lifting him up to throw him against the door. What did you do and say to him? Asked Alessandra. It had to be something damaging to make her father give up on pushing Kate as his wife. I am a man with a lot of information, and your father is a man with a handful of crimes in his pocket. I'll allow one of them to slip by this one time, but after we are officially married, I can't help it if he is investigated for them, said Edgar. Wow, was the only thing Alessandra could say. She was amazed by how easy it was for him to threaten someone to get what he wanted. Knowledge certainly was power, and whatever the Duke knew scared her father. Do you ever worry that others will kill you for knowing their business? If I am always one step ahead of them, I have nothing to worry about. Do not worry. Your husband will not die anytime soon. Can I come in to talk? Anyone could be listening to us. Edgar looked down the empty hall, but he knew looks could be deceiving. And sometimes walls had ears, thanks to secret places in homes. Oh, right. Alessandra stepped aside for him to come in. She did not care about what gossip could form by him coming into her room alone, as they were going to be married anyway. It's not as grand as your home, but it is my space to get away. Seems more like a prison. Edgar had enough of them on his property to know a holding cell when he saw one. This is your art. He picked up one of the canvases she had stacked up against a wall. I prefer not to call it a prison. That would make my life seem much sadder. I like to think of it as the only place where anyone could be free. Alessandra intently watched Edgar inspect her bedroom. From the looks of your family, I could see why you think that. Are you not allowed to leave here?
Why weren't you at breakfast? Or was that your own choice?
He carefully placed the canvas back in its place. I am on punishment, Alessandra said, not keeping what happened a secret. Kate threw my kitten out the window, but as always, no one believes how she is. I am meant to be here until I'm ready to apologize.
If you do, I will not marry you.
Edgar wanted her to have more of a backbone and no longer give in to what her family wanted. I never planned to. My kitten died because of Kate's jealousy, and I would never apologize for how angry I'm feeling. I have to bury it once the punishment is lifted. Edgar, is it still an option for me to come and live with you until we get married? Alessandra no longer wanted to stay with her family. Edgar leaned back against a wall, folding his arms.
No.
Alessandra didn't understand why he wouldn't agree to it when he was the one to mention it first. Why not?
Alessandra, I won't have a wife who allows others to walk over her. Don't let them run you away from here with your tail between your legs, or allow them to torture you any further. You are going to be my wife. My name carries more power than you seem to realize. Use it,
he advised her. Alessandra might not notice it yet, but things were slowly starting to change due to this one visit. Her family could no longer lay a hand on her because of her soon-to-be husband. I did not want to use your name to deal with my family drama. I just wanted it to be able to leave, Alessandra replied. It would feel wrong. You marrying me is already more than enough.
Do not run away from here a coward, Alessandra. Gracefully leave this place with your head up. I don't care how you use my name to torture these people here. Just do it. Stop pretending to be afraid because you think it's safer to cower than to fight back. That act you do ends now. Don't you agree?
Edgar extended his hand out for Alessandra to take for them to rejoin her family.
Start gaining that confidence you spoke of.
There were a lot of things Alessandra wanted to do in her home if she had someone to back her. Not that she did. She almost let the opportunity slip to do as she pleased. Deep down, she was glad the Duke was pushing her in this direction. She was wearing more than one mask in her life. The physical one to hide her face, and the one she used to act timidly in front of her family. One of those masks had to come off today. Yes. She accepted Edgar's hand. Desmond, you cannot be considering Alessandra being the one to marry the Duke, Katrina said when Desmond returned to the table.
He is hell-bent on marrying Alessandra, and she has agreed. I have no choice but to entertain it.
Desmond took up a napkin from the table to clean the sweat dripping from his forehead.
He threatened me.
Still, we have to think about Kate here. Do you know how embarrassing it will be for her to lose Edgar to Alessandra? For heaven's sake, the girl wears a mask. Has the Duke seen her face? Something isn't right. Katrina couldn't make sense of what was happening. Did you find out what was said between the two of them the night of the party? Alessandra had to be lying. She must be threatening the Duke, Kate concluded. It was the only thing making sense to her.
Kate, how on earth would Alessandra be able to threaten a man like Edgar when she is always here?
Desmond was trying to make sense of the situation, but the theory Kate came up with was ridiculous.
I have said many times that man is unpredictable. We will never understand why he picked Alessandra.
Father, you can't allow him to marry her. I have worked too hard for a moment like this for it to go to Alessandra. She's only agreeing to this to irk me. I will speak with the Duke. Kate's chair screeched as she stood up. There was no way she would lose to Alessandra again.
Speak with me about what? Edgar asked as he entered the dining room, but he was not alone. Alessandra was right beside him, holding his hand as she walked. I'm sure the Baron has told you the good news, that Alessandra and I shall wed soon. Alfred, the gifts?
Yes, young master. Alfred moved as quickly as he could to place each of the gifts in front of the 3 family members.
There will be more gifts to be delivered here, but this is just a small taste of what is to come. I hope it is to your liking. Do you wish to sit, Alessandra?
Edgar pulled out a chair for her. Thank you, Alessandra replied and took a seat in the chair. The first person her eyes went to was Kate, since her sister was the one watching her the most. You have not opened the gift, Kate. You? Kate started, but stopped herself when she met the Duke's eyes. They were daring her to say something he wouldn't like. Why is he acting like this now? She thought. Alessandra, please enlighten us about what is happening. Why did you say yes to the Duke? You are not one to want to get married, said Katrina. No one has ever asked me, Mother. I am thrilled to marry a man like the Duke. I've heard many good things about him, thanks to Kate. Isn't he a good man, Kate? Alessandra glanced at her fuming sister. He was mine, Kate replied, ignoring her father signaling for her to shut up. She sat back down, unable to stand and watch the Duke be protective of Alessandra.
I don't remember ever giving you that idea, Kate. I thought we had gotten rid of the drug which causes one to see things that are not real. Are they still around, Baron?
Edgar said as he stood over where Alessandra sat.
Of course not. It has been gotten rid of a long time ago. As I recall, you took quite a few of them. I would hate to know your younger daughter has gotten her hands on them. If that is the case, I shall pity her desperate attempts to gain my affection, when I stated I would never have any romantic feelings for her. I can take you to get treated,
Edgar offered Kate. Her delusion in thinking they were something more than strangers irked his soul.
I would have been able to take you at the same time I would have taken Alessandra's kitten to be healed, but it has unfortunately passed away. To be thrown against something is quite painful. Isn't that right, Baron?
Edgar subtly recalled his earlier conversation with the Baron.
Yes.
Desmond could still feel the pain from being thrown against Alessandra's door by Edgar. No offense, Duke Edgar, but you cannot waltz into our home and get involved with our family issues. You are not married to Alessandra as yet. Whatever happened to the kitten is none of your concern. Alessandra knows there are no pets allowed. Katrina did not want the issue with the kitten discussed, since Kate's name would be mentioned.
Forgive me. Alessandra is now my fiancée, and anything that makes her upset concerns me. I care for her so much I could kill anyone who upsets her.
Edgar glared at Kate. He had a feeling out of the 3, Kate was the one harming Alessandra the most. He had one thing in common with Alessandra so far, a dislike for Kate. Kate fidgeted in her seat as she picked up on the warning Edgar was sending her. She clenched her fists out of anger under the table, to the point her nails were painfully digging into her skin, but she didn't feel anything. Edgar placed his hand on Alessandra's shoulder for her to start speaking up. I have not eaten yet. Please, set the table for me, Mother, Alessandra said to Katrina. Katrina scoffed, disgusted by Alessandra calling her mother and ordering her to set the table for her. She's finally showing how crazy she is. Katrina bit her tongue to refrain from arguing with Alessandra. The Duke was standing behind Alessandra defensively, like an animal waiting to attack anyone who offended its master. Katrina had many things to say to Alessandra, but she would wait for when the Duke left. Katrina, do it now. Desmond felt like he was the only one seeing the gravity of the situation they were in. The Duke, for some reason, was smitten by Alessandra, which meant they could not trouble his daughter, or Edgar might truly kill them. Desmond knew the true face of Edgar Collins, unlike his wife and daughter. The man was merely toying with them right now, but once he got bored, his true personality would show up. Thanks to the punishment, I have not eaten since yesterday morning. You have to hurry before the food becomes cold, Mother. Alessandra made sure to add emphasis to the word mother to get under Katrina's skin. She planned to make this house uncomfortable for the three of them, just as it was for her. I will be back. Katrina suddenly didn't mind leaving, since she needed to grab hold of something to break. Why aren't there maids stationed in the dining room to fetch whatever you need? Asked Edgar. He knew the Baron was running low on funds, but he did not know it was this bad. Why did the idiot just throw a party when he could have used that money to hire more workers or to invest in something? Desmond's forehead continued to sweat as he felt embarrassed. If you had given me a notice you would be arriving, I would have placed the maids in here to serve you and Alessandra well. You're saying I should have given you a heads up so you could place an illusion as if you have many workers? Edgar saw right through Desmond's bullshit. Alessandra smiled, enjoying her father being called out and the sight of him unable to talk back to the Duke. She realized now that her father could only pick on those he viewed as beneath him. Alessandra finally saw how pathetic he truly was. While Alessandra was enjoying her father breaking down, the sight of her smiling angered Kate even more. Are you enjoying this, Alessandra? This is ridiculous, Kate scoffed. Don't think this will last long. You should work on getting over your jealousy, Kate. Green is not a good look for you, Alessandra replied. Edgar snickered, due to the fact Kate was wearing a green dress, so Alessandra's words had a double meaning. He wanted to applaud her for slowly coming out of her shell. You! Kate smacked the table and abruptly stood up. Do you think his interest in you will last long after he sees what is under that mask? Edgar, before you confirm this marriage, shouldn't you take a look at her face? Aren't you curious about what she's hiding? She's truly repulsive once you see it. Shall we show him, Alessandra? Alessandra could not respond to Kate's words. She could not show Edgar her face yet, as she was not that confident. There is no need for me to do that, Edgar answered in place of Alessandra. I have seen her face without the mask before. How dare you stand here and lie about her face to me? Alessandra's eyes went wide upon hearing his confession. She could not place where the Duke would have ever been able to see her face without the mask. She only took it off in her bedroom. Unless he saw her when she was younger, before the accident happened, and she chose to wear a mask. I'm lying about her face? Kate said the words slowly to make sense of them. How on earth could she be lying about how disgusting Alessandra's face was? It led her to believe Edgar had not seen Alessandra's face and was lying to her. I am not the liar here, Edgar. I will excuse you for what you said. As they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You don't seem to have a good eye, Kate. Alessandra's beauty is none of your concern, as you are not the one marrying her. I suggest you either sit back down
or leave before you irritate me more than you already have.
Edgar, please be kind to my sister. Kate has always liked you, so this will be hard for her to handle. Please understand,
Alessandra said, adding salt to Kate's wound.
I am the only sane one here.
Kate stormed off, tired of trying to be the voice of reason for Edgar.
I will speak with her,
Desmond said, then scurried off to stop Kate. He felt the need to smack common sense into her since she wasn't using her brain.
Kate, wait for me. Do not walk away from me.
What do you want, Father?
Kate turned around, revealing tears threatening from her eyes.
Are you here to make me go back and play nice with Alessandra? That was supposed to be me. She is stealing my dream, and you were just letting it happen. All for what? A gift?
You stupid girl. Do you think I wanted Alessandra to be the one to marry Edgar? I already made a deal for her to marry someone else, and now I am screwed. You have not lost Edgar yet.
Desmond looked off to the side, plotting how they would make use of the situation. Kate wiped away a fallen tear, confused as to how she had not lost.
He came to ask for her hand in marriage.
Kate, it takes a while to plan for a wedding, and there are those moments where the person you are looking to marry can change. Edgar might start off wanting to marry Alessandra, but if you play your cards right, his attention can shift to you. You need to stop acting like a child.
He scolded her. Desmond had a full view this morning of why Kate never caught Edgar's interest. She was too impulsive and childish in front of Edgar. She was acting like Edgar was just a random man off the street.
When in the presence of the Duke, you must act like a refined lady. Alessandra will be your tool to get close to the Duke. Alessandra is scared of you, so be kind to her in these coming days. If she complains to the Duke about you, he will not want to be around you. Go back there and apologize for what you did to that kitten.
Father!
Kate exclaimed. It was one thing to play nice with Alessandra, but it was another to have to apologize when Alessandra deserved it. It was just an animal anyway.
You!
Desmond raised his hand in the air to slap Kate, but stopped himself.
Kate, so help me, I will slap you. Do you think you'll get close to Alessandra when she is upset about the kitten? You can't get to the Duke if you don't have a good relationship with her. What matters most now? Your pride? Or letting Edgar slip out of your fingers?
Edgar, obviously,
Kate muttered, but it still hurt her deeply to have to apologize.
My wedding better make everyone jealous of me.
She finally agreed to her father's plans.
Good.
Desmond clapped his hands.
We must go back now.
Father, who is the man you had to marry Alessandra? I never heard anything about it from my mother,
said Kate.
Just an old friend. It'll help us settle some debts.
Desmond remembered the deal offered to him. His friend had a taste for unique things, and nothing was more unique than his rumored masked daughter.
I see. That is a fate more suited for Alessandra than living as the Duke's wife.
Kate grinned, picturing Alessandra's face the moment she would learn she would not be the one marrying the Duke in the end. Desmond and Kate walked back into the dining room to find Katrina placing a plate of food in front of Alessandra like a maid serving her master. Alessandra did not thank Katrina for fetching the food. Instead, she picked up her fork to taste the eggs.
You see, you took so long and now the egg is cold. I have never enjoyed cold eggs, Katrina. Why do you keep giving them to me?
We're back.
Desmond cut off Katrina before she could say the wrong thing.
Alessandra, Kate has something she wishes to say to you.
He pushed Kate forward.
I'm sorry. The bitter words left Kate's mouth. For? In Alessandra's opinion, Kate had a lot to be sorry for. Therefore, she needed to be more specific. Hurting your kitten.
You did more than hurt it. The animal died. If you're going to apologize, do it right.
Edgar interjected. If this was the best apology she could come up with, she could save it. Feeling warmth against his hand, Edgar looked down to see Alessandra had touched his hand, an indication to let him know she would handle this.
I am sorry for killing your kitten, Alessandra. My emotions got the best of me yesterday, and to hear that the kitten has died makes me feel really bad. I'm also sorry for the way I have acted toward you in front of Edgar. I hope you will be happy with him. Please forgive me.
Kate dug her nails into her skin as the words left her mouth. Alessandra wanted to laugh in Kate's face. They really thought she was stupid to not realize they were going to play her. She knew her father and Kate better than they realized, but instead of calling them out, she wanted to have fun.
Apology accepted. That's good.
Desmond smiled, glad Alessandra was quick to forgive Kate. His daughter was always too kind for her own good.
I was not finished, Father.
Alessandra looked at her father with clear annoyance written all over her face.
Since she has admitted her fault in the matter, she should take responsibility for burying the kitten. Kate is not your maid. Do not take things too far.
Katrina tried to step in before Alessandra could make Kate look like a fool. Kate was a baron's daughter, not a maid, and she would be damned if she allowed Kate to dig a grave.
It's fine, Mother. It shouldn't be too hard to dig a grave for the kitten. It is my fault after all. Hopefully, with this, we can mend our relationship, Alessandra.
Kate held out her hand to call a truce between her and Alessandra. Alessandra merely looked at Kate's hand, not moving to accept it. She had a better idea just from looking at Kate's hand. It was clear Kate never had to lift a finger in her life.
I just remembered. I heard the gardener below my window saying the shovel we have is broken.
Kate retreated her hand, secretly glad the shovel was broken.
Too bad. We'll have to wait for a new one to arrive. Not really. The hole wouldn't need to be too big. I remember Katrina making me tend to the garden with nothing but my hands as a punishment. It shouldn't be too hard for you,
said Alessandra. Kate scoffed, disgusted by what Alessandra was suggesting.
I hope you are not expecting me to dig out a hole with my hands, Alessandra.
That is what I'm expecting. Alessandra stated the obvious. It was never an issue when Katrina made her do it, and Kate would stand right beside her mother laughing.
It has to be quick before the kitten starts to smell, and I want to give it a proper send-off quickly.
I am sure it won't be too hard for Kate,
said Desmond. It was so minor in his eyes compared to what they were looking to achieve. If Alessandra had asked him to do it, he would have done it in a heartbeat.
That's easy for you to say when you aren't the one doing it.
Kate glared at her father. Kate put on her best smile to push through Alessandra's punishment.
I shall get to it right away.
She would have to sacrifice one of her pairs of gloves to do the job, since she was not going to let her bare hand touch the soil. Kate also had a way to get back at Alessandra for making her do this lowly job. Katrina watched in horror as Kate walked away to dig a hole with her hands. Her daughter must have lost her mind at the same time her husband did.
Kate,
she called, chasing after Kate to stop her from embarrassing herself.
Alfred, the final gift, please.
Edgar said now that the drama was partially over with. He had the final piece to confirm his engagement to Alessandra.
Yes, young master.
Alfred showed a small box he had with him.
You are too kind, Edgar. The gift to me was already enough.
Desmond rubbed his hands, patiently waiting to see what else he was going to receive.
This is not for you.
Edgar glared at the greedy man.
This is for my future bride.
He got down on one knee beside where Alessandra sat and opened the box to reveal a diamond ring. Alessandra had completely forgotten about a ring. She was taken aback by the size of it, as all the jewelry she had was small in comparison to it.
Won't that be uncomfortable?
She wondered.
You don't like it? It's a family heirloom.
Edgar snapped the box shut after seeing her reaction to the ring. There was no point in giving her something she wouldn't like. As quickly as he got down on one knee, Edgar got back up.
I will find you something better by the end of the day. Wait!
Desmond stuttered, confused as to why Alessandra didn't like such a big ring. She would probably be wearing their house on her finger.
Give her a moment to think, Duke Edgar. She must be in shock at how big, how splendid it is. Well,
Edgar waited to hear from Alessandra, but it was clear from her body language she did not like it. Alessandra thought it would be rude of her to not accept the ring he brought to her, but she couldn't imagine walking around with such a large object on her finger. She preferred to be honest with the Duke, and considering he didn't look offended, she knew he wouldn't mind.
It is too large,
she softly replied.
There is nothing as too large,
Desmond argued, annoyed by Alessandra's response. This was why he'd rather have Kate be the one marry Edgar. Kate knew the value of material things and how much they mattered. Alessandra was nothing more than a fool.
I will find something more suited for you.
Edgar dismissed the Baron's comment. There was something too large if Alessandra didn't like it. He made the mistake of not finding something Alessandra would like, instead of giving her what was passed down for generations. The ring he brought was made for a woman long ago and passed down to her children. At some point, one had to consider the woman being proposed to would like a ring made for them, rather than one made for someone else and passed down.
When we meet again, I shall place that ring on your finger. Baron, send Alessandra with all her things to start living with me in 2 days' time. I shall have a separate bedroom for her until we are wed, and you have my word I shall not touch her.
Alessandra couldn't believe it. It was like a dream come true for her. To get an opportunity to leave the house she dreaded was all she ever wanted in her life. Will Alessandra live with before marriage? Will Kate reveal Alessandra's secret before she moves in with the Duke? What kind of ring will Edgar choose for Alessandra this time? And what exactly is Alessandra's secret?
Hey, I'm Alexandria. If you're wondering what happens next, download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episode of Duke's Masked Bride.